Next thing I want to talk to you about is polishing your flute. If you're anything like me, the sight of fingerprints on your flute makes you absolutely crazy. So every flutist needs to have in their little toolkit a microfiber polishing cloth. You can buy these here at All Flutes Plus. Your flute will likely have come with one. They're absolutely essential for keeping your flute clean and sparkly and shiny. So I like to start with the head joint because that tends to be where you see the most stuff, especially on the lip plate, you know, especially if you have facial hair. Just lay it gently in the cloth, just like a jeweler on TV. Just give it a gentle but firm rub until you see all of those marks disappear, and it's all shiny. When you're putting your flute away or taking it out of the case, it's very important to remember never to grab it by the keys or the lip plate. So nearly all flute cases have some clearance here where the tube of the flute rises above the edge of the case. So when I put my head joint away, I like to put my finger just in the end a little bit, hold it by the head joint, slide the head joint in, and just pop it in. There you go. And when you're taking the flute out, put your finger in the end here, and lift it out by the ends. You never want to grab it by the keywork when you're taking it out of the case. And the same goes when you're polishing the flute. You never want to grab the keys and press them very firmly. You just want to gently hold the flute, but firmly enough so that you don't drop it, because that would be worse. And then just gently polish the flute. You can just gently rub the keys. I like to support the bottom of the G sharp key when I'm rubbing it. It's because it is possible to bend that key, and you don't want to do that. Cleaning your tenons is probably the most important part of polishing your flute, because this is called the tenon, by the way, the sleeve that slides into the other part of the flute. Dirt and grease can build up on these tenons, and they can actually cause your flute to become stuck together. You can bend the flute that way. If a lot of dirt and grease builds up on your tenon, it becomes very difficult to take apart, and a lot of terrible things. I've seen people tear the keys completely off their flute because it was so difficult to take apart. So you never want that to happen. So you always, when you're done playing, just want to give a quick wipe around the tenon. And I always do it inside the barrel as well. You want to do both surfaces that come into contact with each other. And then we're going to do the same thing with our foot joint. Just very gently take your cloth, cradle it, and just give it a little polish. And gently, by the ends, place it back in the case.